So, hello, this is Dr. Ada Wells. I'm a physical therapist and certified Pilates teacher and Oovs educator. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between doing balance training on something like a foam roller or a half foam roller versus doing it on something that's a little more three-dimensional, like the Oovs, okay? Now here's the thing, you know, it's great to be able to work the body in different planes of motion for balance. And when we talk about working and doing balance training, and when I'm doing that with my golfers, it's not always standing up, okay? A lot of the balance training that we're doing is lying down and getting the body's different systems and different parts of the body and slings to work together. Now, the problem is that if you lie somebody, let's say we're starting with doing something with somebody who's lying down, and we use, say, a foam roller, okay? And the foam roller is rigid. And if you have somebody who already is maybe lacking balance, here's the thing, a person who is stiff really doesn't have a great balance, okay? You've got to be able to have all the fine-tuning, little adjustments in your body, kind of head to toe, to be able to have good balance. So why would we put a rigid strategy on something rigid, okay? Because all that's going to do is to continue. If you have something rigid, then you go and lift up a leg, and guess what? Large movements happen, and that means the person continues to move into their rigidity strategy. So it doesn't serve the athlete well. So this is why I like doing my balance work on something that, once again, has the ability to move three-dimensionally. The Oovs, because they are made out of foam and because of their shape, they allow for movement to occur in all planes. There's other devices as well. We've done some stuff with the Cortex that also moves in 3 dimensions. But I wanted just to make this point that, once again, if you try to improve balance and you use something rigid, you're not going to always get what you're looking for. So one exercise that I have seen is people, you know, doing some balance work. You know, say the person's they're coming on, they're in their address position and they're on a foam roller and they're just kind of rocking back and forth and just trying to hold their balance here. Now that does work on balance, and that's nice. You do get some movement in the ankles in plantarflexion, dorsiflexion, but it's, once again, you got to think about the golf swing. The golf swing is very three-dimensional, and unfortunately, when you do stuff like this on a foam roller, it kind of thrusts you into a weird, just a different strategy that isn't three-dimensional. It's really shifting you forward or back, and it's not necessarily helping me sort of have to guide my body through all the rotational small nuances that happen in a swing. So I'm not a super fan of that exercise. Like I said, you can do it for a challenge for something, but I don't know that it really will serve you well if you're looking for core control. Now, if I take a couple of Oovs, and these are both the same size, I have these 2 medium Oovs here, and I just, first of all, just get on them, and I start bouncing a little bit, okay? Now already I have to, I'm going to scoot this back so I'm in frame. Hopefully you guys can see them, and they're a little bit wide. So you want to place them where they feel pretty comfortable. But just standing on here and just doing a little bouncing, I'm already having to do all this adjustment in all planes of motion for my ankles, okay? And they're both moving independently, which I like, as opposed to the foam roller, where everything is kind of in the same place. So even just coming into my address position and kind of just bouncing a little bit, it makes it so, hey, I can find balance in a standing position where my feet have the potential to move three-dimensionally, but I know where I am in space, okay? So then when I go into my backswing, once again, I can be shifting my weight in my foot, and it does feel different in here, but I don't have something that's really forcing me one direction or the other. It's challenging me in a different plane, but it's not necessarily, if this leg goes lateral, what's going to happen? I'm going to fall off the Oovs. And we know we don't want to see a lot of these sways and slides in our swing. So the thing is that this actually, instead of me having to give a cue to, watch that you don't, have your legs shooting out there, you know, you put them on an Oov and they can actually feel that I have to hold this down, otherwise I'm going to go flying, okay? So you can start getting the body to understand where it needs to be in space. Now the follow through is a little bit more interesting because here it's a little more challenging, but once again, I can take my foot off the back end here and I'm still, like I said, while I am on something that's unstable, it's not forcing me, it's not pitching me forward or back. It's just making me kind of say, hey, I need to stay upright and be balanced. So if you didn't want to do that full swing, I mean, I love this. By the way, I love these orange whips. These orange whips are awesome because you can use them for so many different things. But, you know, what if I just worked on a little bit of balance training and just worked a little bit in rotation and thinking about where I'm going to have to be in my lower body, okay? That's going to be great for me. So this is just another example of how you can use the Oov for balance, for upright balance. But once again, when we're doing balance training lying down, the thing is we don't want to put them on something rigid. We want to put them on something that has some give so that you can get the small muscle groups to kick in, and then you can slow things down three-dimensionally. If I try to do things really slow on a foam roller, I'm going to tear them up, okay? We need to be able to have the ability to move three-dimensionally when we're doing these different things. So just wanted to give you guys that information, and hopefully you can use that with your athletes. If you're a golfer, you don't have an Oov, oh my gosh, you need to get an Oov. I mean, 2 Oovs is probably a little overkill for the personal golfer. But if you go to a studio that does have Oovs, try it. It's great. Just make sure they're both the same size. And just as a little quick plug, tomorrow is the closing date for enrollment for the Pro Balance Movement System for Golfers. That is my online program, par level, lifetime access to videos. I'm going to have videos like these where we have exercises and workouts where we're on the Oov, and I'm going to take you through different sequences and making sure that you actually understand what in your body you need to be able to work on to have a good swing, to not tear yourself up, because I think there's a lot of people there's a lot of information out there, and sometimes if you grab kind of the wrong combination of information, that can lead to more problems down the line. So I want to make sure that you guys actually have good strategies that you can use to make sure that you can play the best game you can for as long as you possibly can. So plug number 1 is the Pro Balance Movement System for Golfers, lifetime access for the par level. I will put that link in here. Second thing is, if you are a fitness professional, rehab professional, Pilates professional, I'm going to be teaching the Oov workshop, fundamentals workshop this weekend here in Alameda at my studio. And Friday, Saturday is the 2-day fundamentals, and then Sunday we put it on the equipment. That's the Pilates apparatus. So if you have not signed up, if you are thinking about it, you're looking at this going, wow, there's all these things you can do with it. I want to know more in terms of why you do what you do. This is what you need to do. It's not a prop, you guys. It is not a prop. A foam roller can be a prop. An Oov is a tool. And I want you to make sure that a tool can make change, and if you understand the principles behind it, you can really make huge differences. All right, you guys. So I will see you guys. Hey, Ron, I will see you guys hopefully on the other side with my membership, and then for the rest of you guys, just keep joining me here. And if you haven't already, at the very least, go to probalance.tv. Join up for my free pain-proof golf portal. That actually goes into my membership. It's the free portion of my membership site. And I try to take these videos, put them in there, so at least you have a little bit of a library of some of the free stuff I give you. You don't have to look for it, okay? All right, you guys, I'll see you next time.